my name is Susie, and today I thought I would share with you how I'm going to make a living Easter basket. And I'm going to do that by growing some wheatgrass. And wheatgrass is really easy to grow, and it's also very nutritious. So I bought my wheat berries or wheat seeds, and you want to get the winter hardy variety. And since you're going to need, they sell them in different amounts, but if you can get yourself a large bag, it's great. Then we're going to need some potting soil, and I've just grabbed this little tiny bag from actually the garden center. And I've got a couple of baskets, which I'm doing a makeshift by just using old food containers, plastic. This one worked out perfectly in this little basket. Now the little basket's making a liar out of me. No, it did. There you go. It fit perfectly in this basket. And this little basket that I bought, that I'm going to grow some wheatgrass, it came with this plastic liner, and I didn't want to fill it up with dirt because the wheatgrass actually has very short root system. You only need a couple of inches to grow this. So I just added some floral foam to the bottom just to increase the volume of the vessel, and then I can just pour my soil right on top and grow my seeds. Now before I do that, I want to make sure that my soil is going to be moistened before I put it in my dish or before I put it in my baskets, because it's hard to judge how moist your soil is if I was just to put it in dry and then try and add water. And this does not actually have any drainage holes because it's in a basket. And we're going to be watering this every day just with a spritzer. And you are going to watch this grow into about 6 inches within 7 days. And I'm doing this video in advance so you have time to not only buy, but grow the wheatgrass. And it looks really cute as a presentation. The wheatgrass is not only going to look really adorable in our baskets for Easter, but they're edible, they're non-toxic, they're great for your cat or your dog that they can eat the grass afterwards. Or you can actually cut the grass, harvest it 3 times, and juice it. And they say that wheatgrass is very high, or its superpower is an antioxidant. It's supposedly supposed to help with inflammation, and its superpower is really that it neutralizes free radicals in your body, essentially getting rid of toxins in your body. So there's a lot of information out there on the nutritional benefits of wheatgrass, which is fantastic. But we are just going to make this because it's going to look really cute. Now, it's funny how things come in full circle, because growing up, my father would grow wheatgrass every year at Christmas, and there would be little dishes all over the house with this grass growing. And eventually, when all the children moved out, he grew it in little dishes and gave it to us, so we had it in our own homes. So it's funny that now I'm applying the same tradition, but to a new holiday for Easter. And you're going to need some potting soil because we're going to be planting these little seeds, and you want the soil to be light and fluffy medium so that those little roots can really start growing quickly. This isn't anything special, it's just potting soil. And to this, I'm gonna add water now, and I want to make sure that my soil is moist before I put it in my basket. So just a little bit of water, just enough to moisten the soil. I also remember my father not only planting the wheatgrass, so it came up all cute and green, but he would also have place some in the cupboard. So he would put some in the dark for a certain period of time, and the wheatgrass would grow white. So it was just a different variation, but it looked really pretty. So then I've got my baskets, and I am going to really cover the surface of both of these baskets, and I want to really cover them very well with the seeds. So this is grass. So imagine how close the blades of grass are, how they grow in your lawn. So you want good coverage so that you've got a nice patch of grass growing in your basket. So essentially, you want to really cover your basket with the seeds. And then I'm just going to top it off. Just lightly press it in so it's in contact with the dirt and it's lightly covered. And then I'm just going to use a spray bottle. I misted the top. I'm going to put my 2 baskets off to the side by the window. I'm going to leave this handy by the window, and I'm going to just spritz it every day. I want to make sure that the soil is moist, and in 7 days we're going to have wheatgrass, and then we'll be able to put together our basket. So let me get this off to the sun, and I'll be back in 7 days. So it's been about 9 days, and I'm really happy with how my wheatgrass is growing. Look at these little baskets. Aren't they adorable? They make beautiful little presentations or gifts. And just to show you, you can use anything, even an eggshell, to plant the wheatgrass. It really has really short roots, so you only need 1 inch or 2 of dirt, and you can plant them in anything. So it makes it really neat. And the next thing we're going to do, before I get on to that, I didn't know when I was going to make this video. So I actually, when I planted the wheat berries or the wheat grain, I planted it with some space in between. And what I did is halfway through on the 5th day or the 6th day, I can't remember, but I added more of the wheat berries so that I'm going to get a second growth in between all my wheat, and that's just going to extend the life of the wheat by an additional 5 days. And I did that because I didn't know when I was going to actually make the video, but it's a great trick if you want to prolong the life of the wheatgrass. And then you just cut it all together whenever you're ready. Next thing we're going to do is decorate. I'm using hard-boiled eggs, and these are going to be speckled eggs. And I saw this technique on Martha Stewart about 6 years ago, and it looks fantastic. And all you need is a couple of paper cups and some grains that have different textures. So I've got navy beans, chickpeas, lentils. They used peanuts, they used kidney beans, they used rice. So this is going to create the texture or the speckle on the eggs. And all you do is you're gonna add, and this is just inexpensive food coloring, and you're gonna add about 10 to 15 drops of the coloring. Oh, if I can get it open. Woo. Use blue, green, and yellow, but of course you can use any colors you like. These are slippery little pointy lids. And then all you're going to do is just shake whatever material you have in your cup to cover it. Those are the navy beans. Just move the color through those beans or seeds or whatever it is that you're using. Like that. And then you take your egg. I'm going to use this Robin's blue egg. Oh, and by your eggs, you want to use a cup of hot water and a tablespoon of vinegar. Add your food coloring to the cup, dip your eggs, and let it sit there until you get the desired color. So then all you're going to do is you're going to put your colored egg into the dish with the beans, and you're just going to turn it around. And look at the effect. Fantastic, isn't it? And then since you've got your egg carton, you can just lay your egg sideways on the opposite direction so that it dries. So now I'll do this aquamarine on the green. This is the lentils. And of course, you're gonna cover your egg. The more you shake your egg around, the more you color it. So, oops, there's a bean stuck there. So just shake it around until you get the desired effect. Let's try for another blue. So this is a more of a pronounced speckled. They're just all different textures. There's no right or wrong. It's just a fun thing. So far, I think I like the navy beans the best. I'm gonna try a pink. I really like that. I'm gonna add 2 or 3 drops of the red to the yellow. I'm gonna see if I can create an orange. Oh, that's very interesting. Before I do it all the way through though, I'm gonna take my pink egg. I haven't actually, you can play around with this. I haven't actually put it all the way through. Let's see what happens. That's really cool. Very neat. And then my final egg, I'll try a blue. I think that looks I really like that combination. So I'm really happy with the way the eggs turned out. Really cute, just a different take on an Easter egg. So my Easter brunch is coming together. I've got my wheatgrass, which is going to be part of my centerpiece, and I've got my hard-boiled eggs to serve with breakfast, and I've got some other things in mind that I'm also going to be putting together, some cheese and crackers, just a whole bunch of things that'll be really nice for an Easter brunch. And I'll be able to serve the eggs to each of my guests decorated, which is really, I'm going to be juicing some of the wheatgrass and giving everybody a shot. And in order to harvest your wheatgrass, once it gets to 6-7 inches, even a little bit longer than this, I'm going to come in, I'm going to give it a haircut right across, just like you would cut your lawn. I'm going to take the wheatgrass and I'm going to add about ½ a cup of water. Now this is not, normally you would juice the wheatgrass to get a pure concentrated juice, but I don't have a juicer and I don't have enough wheatgrass to actually use a juicer. So time for a haircut. ½ a cup of water. Strain. In order to make this more concentrated, I'm going to cut my next basket and I'm going to use the wheatgrass water. And I've got my secondary grass, which is coming through at the bottom. reuse same water that you have. Notice the difference in color. Got a little bit of wheatgrass juice to your orange juice, and you're ready to wake up and take on the day. Just tastes like juice. It's going to be nice to serve as part of my Easter breakfast, and it's going to be all part of something a little bit healthier, something a little bit different, and hopefully something that everybody will enjoy. So if you try these ideas and you like them, I hope that you share them. And if you want to see more content, I hope you subscribe. Have a happy Easter.